Jonathan Kurt Gates, better known as DaBaby, burst onto the music scene in the late 2010s. His unique flow and catchy lyrics quickly captivated audiences. His breakout single Suge dominated the airwaves, reaching #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. This catapulted him into superstardom. DaBaby's debut studio album Baby on Baby solidified his status as a force to be reckoned with. The album went double platinum, cementing his place at the top of the rap game. Collaborations with industry heavyweights like Post Malone and Dua Lipa followed. His star was undoubtedly on the rise. DaBaby's second studio album, Blame It on Baby, debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 chart. The album's success further solidified his dominance. He was unstoppable, racking up awards and accolades. DaBaby was on top of the world, but as quickly as his star rose, it began to fall. A controversial performance at Rolling Loud Miami in 2021 would change everything. Rolling Loud Miami 2021 was supposed to be another notch on DaBaby's belt of success. Instead, it became the catalyst for his downfall. During his set, DaBaby launched into a tirade riddled with homophobic slurs and misinformation about HIV/AIDS. The crowd watched in stunned silence as the rapper's words hung in the air. Social media erupted in outrage, with many condemning his dangerous and insensitive remarks. What started as a music festival performance quickly escalated into a full-blown scandal. DaBaby's initial attempts to defend his comments only fueled the fire. He claimed his words were taken out of context, further alienating fans and peers alike. The backlash was swift and unforgiving. Sponsors dropped him, radio stations stopped playing his music, and his reputation lay in tatters. The Rolling Loud incident marked a turning point in DaBaby's career. He went from being one of the most sought-after rappers to a pariah in the industry. The consequences of his actions would continue to reverberate for years to come. As the gravity of his actions sunk in, DaBaby issued a series of apologies. He took to social media, expressing remorse for his hurtful and misleading comments. Some saw it as a genuine attempt to make amends, while others dismissed it as damage control. The apologies, however, felt hollow to many. His initial defensiveness and subsequent attempts to justify his words had already done irreparable harm. The damage to his reputation was significant. The court of public opinion had seemingly reached its verdict. Several prominent artists, including Dua Lipa and Madonna, publicly condemned his remarks. Collaborators distanced themselves and brands severed ties. The music industry, once so eager to embrace his talent, was now turning its back. The sincerity of DaBaby's apologies remains a subject of debate. Whether a calculated attempt at salvaging his career or a genuine expression of remorse, the impact of his words was undeniable. The financial repercussions of DaBaby's actions were immediate and severe. He was dropped from major festival lineups, costing him millions in performance fees. Brands that once clamored to work with him now viewed him as toxic. DaBaby himself claimed to have lost upwards of $200 million due to the controversy. His booking fee, once a staggering $300,000 per show, plummeted to a fraction of that. The once lucrative endorsement deals dried up overnight. Perhaps the most significant financial blow came from the loss of his collaboration with Dua Lipa. Their remix of Levitating was a global smash, but DaBaby's verse was eventually removed from streaming services. The lost royalties represented a considerable financial setback. The Rolling Loud incident served as a stark reminder that words have consequences. DaBaby's fall from grace was as swift as his rise to fame, highlighting the fickle nature of the entertainment industry. Section 5. Charting the Decline, from #1 to out of the top 100. DaBaby's fall from grace was evident in his chart performance. His 2022 album, Baby on Baby 2, debuted at a dismal #34 on the Billboard 200, a far cry from his previous chart-topping success. The album's lackluster performance underscored the severity of the damage to his career. His October 2024 mixtape, How TF Is This a Mixtape, marked a new low. It debuted at a dismal number 154 on the Billboard 200, his lowest charting position ever. Selling under 250 copies in its first week, the project failed to gain any significant traction. Even his November 2021 project, released just months after the controversy, charted significantly lower than his previous work. While it reached number 44, it was a far cry from the #1 debuts he was accustomed to. The decline in DaBaby's chart performance was a clear indication of his waning popularity. the once adoring public seemed to have moved on, leaving DaBaby to grapple with the consequences of his actions. Section 6. Collaborative efforts. A glimmer of hope or shared fate. In an attempt to salvage his career, DaBaby turned to collaborations. He teamed up with fellow rapper Youngboy Never Broke Again for a joint mixtape Better Than You in 2022. The project, capitalizing on their combined fan bases, managed to reach number 10 on the Billboard 200. While the success of Better Than You offered a glimmer of hope, it raised questions about the sustainability of DaBaby's career. Was this a sign of a potential comeback, or was he merely riding the coattails of a more popular artist? Some argued that DaBaby's reliance on collaborations was a sign of desperation. By aligning himself with other artists, he was attempting to tap into their fan bases and regain lost ground. Others viewed it as a strategic move, allowing him to remain relevant in a rapidly changing industry. The success of DaBaby's collaborative efforts was a double-edged sword. While it provided a temporary boost, it also highlighted the challenges he faced in reclaiming his former glory as a solo artist. Section 7. The Comeback Trail, Freestyles and Features. Undeterred by setbacks, DaBaby continued to release music. He took to platforms like LA Leakers, showcasing his lyrical prowess through a series of freestyles. The freestyles, often referencing other prominent artists like Future, Metro Boomin, Kendrick Lamar and Sexy Red, were an attempt to stay relevant and generate buzz. While the freestyles garnered attention online, they failed to translate into mainstream success. The buzz they generated was short-lived, and DaBaby remained a controversial figure in the industry. He made sporadic appearances on tracks with other artists, but his feature verses no longer carried the same weight. What was once a guaranteed hit now felt like an afterthought, a testament to his diminished standing. DaBaby's attempts at a comeback were met with mixed reactions. Some applauded his persistence, while others viewed it as a desperate attempt to cling to fading fame. Section 8. No regrets. DaBaby's unwavering stance. Despite facing severe consequences for his actions, DaBaby has repeatedly stated that he has no regrets. He views the Rolling Loud incident as a blessing in disguise, claiming it forced him to learn and grow. This unwavering stance has only served to further polarize public opinion. Some interpreted his lack of remorse as arrogance. They argued that his refusal to take full accountability for his words demonstrated a lack of genuine remorse. Others saw it as a sign of resilience, a refusal to be defined by a single mistake. DaBaby's unwavering stance has made it difficult for many to forgive him. His refusal to fully acknowledge the pain he caused has left many feeling unheard and disrespected. It has become a defining aspect of his public persona, overshadowing his talent and accomplishments. Whether DaBaby's lack of remorse is a calculated PR move or a genuine reflection of his beliefs, it has undoubtedly hindered his attempts at redemption. Section 9. Conclusion: A legacy tarnished. DaBaby's story is a cautionary tale of a career derailed by controversy. His meteoric rise to fame, followed by a swift and public downfall, serves as a reminder of the power and responsibility that comes with a platform. While his talent is undeniable, his legacy remains tarnished by his actions and subsequent lack of remorse. The music industry is fickle, and reputations are fragile. DaBaby's experience highlights the importance of accountability and the lasting impact of words. Whether he can ever fully recover from the damage remains to be seen. DaBaby's story is far from over. Time will tell if he can navigate the treacherous waters of redemption and rebuild his career. One thing is certain: his journey will be closely watched, serving as a constant reminder of the consequences of unchecked words and the challenges of regaining trust once it's broken.